is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Tati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Tati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find a route. Find a man.
Be careful down there, boss.
You made it to the Tati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. I am continuing my late night session of commentary, episode after episode. In the previous episode I was talking about putting your life on the line and decision making on the battlefield, whether it's to protect your life or to protect the lives of others. I do have to apologize again. I've come down with a terrible flu. My throat is like sandpaper, my nose is blocked, and it's really painful to speak. So I will do as best as I can with the time that we have. In this particular episode, there is apparently one human trafficker / logistics worker who is how can I say this? He is in hiding. He's on the run, and the client who's given us this mission wants us to terminate this guy. Apparently, there is some deal that the client had, and this logistics guy kind of went against the contract, so he has to die. But we would like to believe that he does have some information about Cypher or Skullface's activities here.
That prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. But I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
So, hopefully by extracting him we'll get some information. Apparently, as Miller just stated, the guy is on the run and he is deciding to make contact with an NGO here in Central Africa. Hopefully trying to get some form of amnesty by selling out his the people who've been buying humans off him. His human trafficking contacts. So if he gives them this list of buyers, hopefully it will be of high enough value such that they can provide protection for the guy. Hopefully we'll intervene before any of that happens. Initially his location is unknown, but apparently we came here to this abandoned village because there's an intel file that potentially could have his location, which we're searching for right now. And of course there are prisoners of war who could help us gather some more intel if we can manage to filter them out, hence why the starting location is here. It would have made much more sense to
Speak. The map has been updated.
A prisoner. He might have some information. If you extract him, we'll see what he knows. coming too. Roger that.
It would have made much more sense to just go straight for the target, but sadly our intel squad isn't so accurate as we would want them to. So here we are, just tracking the man down, going in pace by pace. Comes to a small topic of discussion.
According to this information, the target is headed for Gazeba camp.
Complete.
We also have his movement route.
The
I've
map
updated your map. Use the target's route to locate him.
analysis complete.
Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gazeba camp. Take him down on the savannah.
Analysis complete.
The small topic of discussion in the sense of human trafficking, I believe this is organized
Analysis
crime which is actually very rampant in most developing and developed countries. It doesn't really matter what demographic of the world you're in. Human trafficking is actually very it's a real thing. It occurs no matter if people try and turn a blind eye to it. It exists. The reason I'm saying this is because most of the situations these days is that poor people are getting poorer. That's just the way of the world. The rich get rich, the poor get poor, and it's more evident today than it's been in quite a long time. And people are getting desperate. It's not so easy to just make money or become the next billionaire, the next innovative inventor. There's a lot of information circling about, and a lot of people know a lot of things. It's really difficult to make your way up into the world, or just to make ends meet. Let's not even talk about being successful. Just to survive is becoming difficult and difficult day by day. You see different cases of human trafficking these days. You see
He's coming too.
the more common ones amongst rich people, that is to order women. What most people do is maybe you'll see different groups of maybe rich, wealthy men in different regions of the world will order themselves beautiful, not technically brides, but just women to have around for, of course, pleasure, amongst other things. From different poorer countries, maybe they'll go to Eastern Europe, they'll go to Asia, they'll go to Africa, just to satisfy whatever urges they may have, and buy these women. Some of these women sell themselves willingly, and some are put in a hold. What turns it into human trafficking is the sense that, for example, let's just say the woman, or there are even cases, of course, where men are taken by women as well. Men being the ones being trafficked in this case. The individual could potentially be in debt. Let's just say I have a family and I don't have the money to feed my family anymore, so I go to a loan shark and I ask for a loan. I promise to pay the loan maybe within the next couple of months. Next thing you know, there's nothing I can do to pay the loan. Then the loan shark makes a very simple ultimatum. It's either I help him get the money back by pledging my services to him, or potential death, or at least the death of a loved one until I'm able to pay. More threats, more bad things, etc. So in this case, some of these women, some of these men are forced into slavery to pay off their debts to these loan sharks and other gang affiliated, organized crime affiliated individuals, so as to potentially protect their families or just to survive, because they realize that at least if I'm selling my body at least I'll have food to eat and a bed to sleep on, even though it may not be a comfortable one and the situation may not be comfortable either. At least you'll have food and a bed and a roof over your head, hopefully. That's when things like this happen. There are even some cases I've heard of where different individuals or secret organizations go to charities, go to homeless children, orphanages, should I say. Go to orphanages and they look for children. Most of these children's parents are dead. Most of these children are not wanted by their families. Most of these children have been abandoned and really have no family to go back to. No aunts, no uncles, mother and father potentially dead or missing. No brothers or sisters, or maybe if they have brothers, brothers or sisters, they're in the orphanage with them. They're stuck in this endless cycle. So maybe if the orphanage is not as good willing as you'd hope it would be, it would need to find a way to make money in some way, and they'll start selling the children as whatever the buyer would require. There are some people who've been known to be child molesters, so some of these orphanages or some of these people will buy the children to satisfy their pleasures or desires or their fetishes, who knows. Some will sell the children to become child labor in different situations, and some will sell the children to be cleaners, farmers, construction workers in different places where technically child labor isn't something that's legal in most places. So that in itself is already a problem. The children should be in school learning and deciding what future, well, not deciding, but they should be in school learning and learning about themselves and maturing into a person who potentially one day make a decision as to what they want to do in their lives, not being forced into the economic system, being forced to work and not really knowing anything about life besides work, which is actually the same vein as to what we're talking about in the previous episode about child soldiers, that they may be violent, brutal and cruel. They may kill you if need be, but they're children who've been given no choice. They're children who've been born into war, and in those cases really there's not much a child can do, because child's brain hasn't even developed fully. The child, he or she, wouldn't even know whether what is doing is right or wrong. In a sense, you could say the child has just been programmed to act in a certain way as a child soldier. All in all, in life, we are programmed. We may think we're not machines, but the certain rules and cultures and regulations that we place amongst ourselves are to program ourselves to act and work and live in certain ways. Okay, we have been spotted. But it doesn't really matter much. It's quite a laid back session, to be honest. These couple of episodes that I want to put up, I'm doing it all at once on this particular evening, even though I'm sick, really, to be honest with you. I've managed to record quite a number of episodes, and I just want to get them out of the way to make room for the rest of the episodes leading on to the game's ending, I guess. I just want to finish it as quickly as possible and not let it drag on, because there are other things I actually want to do, but I'll keep that a secret till it actually happens. The main reason we took so long actually was because I wanted to Fulton, this one particular soldier who has extremely high stats, but it seems as if our friendly neighborhood helicopter has found us. Don't know what we'll do besides order a gun and hide. But anyway, that's pretty much just some of the few things. Just wanted to instill a little thought
Supply drop complete.
when it comes to things such as, I don't know why I'm thinking so much about what I could have done to this helicopter, but we're just gonna hide. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Human trafficking is real and it's a part of everyone's life, and to be honest with you, as things get tough for poorer people, you'll see more of these things. It's definitely something worth thinking about, and the man who are going to Fulton is actually a part of this system, this organized crime of human trafficking. I wonder though, worse yet when it comes to dealing with black market organ donors, where a person is forced to give away an organ for whatever reason, and usually this results in quite a lot of complications. I don't know, this helicopter's overhead, pilot's quite blind, but we're in his blind spot anyway, so I think we should be fine, we should be good. Should be good. Just have to wait for him to go away.
The map has been updated.
And now all we have to do is just loot a few things in the base and get the rest of the POWs, and we move on to the main target. Apparently he's making his way, like what was explained in the beginning, to one particular village where he wants to set up his defenses just in case, until he meets with the NGO. So it would be easier to capture him before he gets there, but he's already had a head start on us because of the fact that we were slowed down. By the helicopter. Let's pick up our RPG and hopefully make our way to the contact point. Before we do that though, we're definitely gonna loot some things. Loot some things.
Okay, subject is in.
I believe that should be mostly it. Besides this little rat here. No! No! We can't catch it. Need to set up a cage or something. We're gonna set up our waypoints to the village and chase after this guy, hopefully as soon as possible. One thing I would like to note actually is that we picked up quite a lot of musical tapes, as long as dialogue tapes with more information about the game and the dialogues between the characters. I would like to listen to some of the music. I would like to listen to some of the music as we play, because I feel that it adds a little bit of ambience with the 80s music, moving around in the battlefield with the long treks, long drives, running on horseback. But of course you have to be scared of copyright claims on YouTube. So I don't know. We have found the target, and now hopefully we'll be moving in to kill him. Maybe just Fulton instead. Don't necessarily have to kill, but his bodyguard might have to die.
That's Gazeba camp. The target's there. Go take him out.
Okay.
Target extracted. We'll let the client know he's been dealt with.
Updated.
Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Let's call P Quad
Please select a landing
and
zone.
exit
Escort
this place.
helicopter requested.
A long run down. So I don't know if anyone has any experience with that, maybe they could let me know in the comments below. The music in this game, even though it is copyrighted music, is it still allowed on YouTube, even though it's now a part of Metal Gear as a game? So technically you bought the game, so that means you bought the license to kind of use the material but not alter it. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe someone can fill us in on the situation. I don't know. Let's see how it goes, but for now let's wait for P Quad. And that's that. Hopefully I'll get better soon. Hopefully I'll get the commentary up its standard a bit. Until then though, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.
Departing.
Exfiltrated.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Alright, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh? Our trafficker was very talkative. Guinea pigs. That's what became of his kidnapped victims. Says he got a good look at that factory at Zoya Badiabulu when he dropped off some fresh guinea pigs for them, along with our man without a face. His instincts told him to run like the rat he is. Said it wasn't worth the money. Figured he could be next. That's when he went to the NGO for help. He thought that in exchange for his buyer's list, they could set him up with a new identity someplace far away. He had an idea who he was up against, and he didn't want to take any chances. A true rat. But like us dogs, he knew when he smelled trouble. And something else. He said the specimens come from deep in the forest. We don't know what he meant by specimens just yet, but those guinea pig symptoms match what we've seen on the infected at Mother Base. Deep in the forest. Maybe there's the clue we need to beat this infection. Boss, the truth could be right around the corner.